What's up, everybody? Noah Kish back here for a lot of new reviews this week. We're going to have quite a few. I have four 2020 movies for you guys, and I'm going to have a couple more this week, along with, which includes a ton of screener stuff, and there's one or two I'm going to catch up on Netflix and Hulu, and I think there might be one on Disney Plus I've missed. So we're going to start off with Wrestlemassacre. This was sent to me to review. It's available on DVD. As this video is up right now, it's available on DVD from while they're releasing. This is Wrestlemassacre. All about this groundskeeper named Randy. And he is obsessed with wrestling just like I am. This is a Bobby Roode, or a Robert Roode as he's known now, but a Bobby Roode shirt when I saw him live at Fastlane 2018 in Columbus, Ohio. He is a huge wrestling fan. He's always wanted to be a pro wrestler, and so he goes to training, and after he loses his job, which was sort of his fault, now he dons a pair of tights and wrestling boots and goes after the people who wronged him. This is a very low budget horror film. This is super low budget. It had enough of a budget to get it had enough to get Tony Atlas, but also Rene Dupree. And I am actually friends with one of the actors in here, and that is Jason John Beebe. He is a great actor here. He's a fun actor, very good guy, awesome dude. So I had to support him. But if you have not seen this director's last film that I reviewed, also from while they're releasing, then that is Killer Campout. Brad Twigg actually directed and wrote this movie, and I believe Wrestlemassacre he directed for sure, but written, I'm not quite sure. This movie is not as graphic as Killer Campout is. I mean, I am not going to show you the inside because this one is pretty graphic. It's a movie that is overlong. It's 100 minutes. This movie did not need to be 100 minutes. You could have easily shaved off 20, 25 minutes of this, and it feels like a Brad Twigg film because he just has nudity in there for no reason, sex in there for no apparent reason, and yeah, that's horror, but for you to do a horror film like this, you don't need to have sex and nudity in there for no reason. Now, I am not saying that that's a bad thing. If you are a avid nudity and sex in your movies type of person, there's a really graphic sex scene involving a woman named Brandy. She's been in quite a few films. This movie is not going to be for everybody. It's a horror film that has some good effects, but it's just a movie that I don't know how to describe. How to actually review this without getting into spoilers. Let's just say that there's some very inventive deaths, but there's also a very crappy side plot involving this guy who everybody keeps calling the Fabio lookalike. And he's involved in this money scam with these mobsters and everything. And his name is Owen, who's played by Julio Fernandez. He's been in quite a few other things as well. I believe I've seen him in a couple other things. I've seen him in Killer Campout. Yes, he was in Killer Campout. So apparently he has a couple more films coming out this year. One is Harvest of Horrors, which I am going to definitely be checking out and just seeing. One, because Jason is in it, and I want to support my friends, but he's not very good in this movie. the guy who plays Owen is not a great guy. He's not a good actor. He's very bland, and just it's like you're looking at plywood. There's just nothing coming out that's very interesting. It's not that this is a terrible movie. It's just not a great movie. It's an okay slasher-ish movie about a guy who was a groundskeeper, and he's trained to be a pro wrestler, and now he's going after the people who have wronged him. If you're looking for a movie like that, then you are definitely going to enjoy this. Definitely keep a lookout, because there are some wrestler cameos if you're an avid fan like I am. The main two being Rene Dupree and Tony Atlas. Stay tuned for more reviews. I'm going to give Wrestlemassacre a C. It's a fine little horror film, one that I'm going to try and get a DVD copy of, but it's not one that you need to see. But if you are interested, I'm going to say check it out only if you're interested.